So tell us a little bit about the parents. Are they based on your parents, or is it based on you and your wife, or?
They're sort of my parents in that, but not so much. I mean, the mom I think is more vivid and more, irrepressible and bubbly, and she probably has a laugh that embarrasses her kids. She kind of laughs at her kids a lot.
Oh yeah.
You can see that she enjoys them, but it's like more of like an audience enjoying a show than hands-on. Well, she's pretty hands-on as a parent too, but I don't see that often in comics where the parents are like, kind of like stepping back from the kids and kind of like, laughing at them.
Yeah.
I had the one you mentioned on Sunday where Alice was in snow pants and she was kind of stuck in these snow pants, and the mom started laughing at her. Well, she was not trying not to laugh at her, but at the same time it's like,
yeah, she knew that was.
It's hard not to when you have little kids, not to physically laugh in their faces sometimes because they're putting on this show for you. I think most parents, they do. It's like it's hard not to enjoy your child as a little show going on. It's like,
It's a constant show.
It is.
And it's not free, so you might as well enjoy it.
Get your money's worth. Yeah, exactly.
No doubt. Well, one of my favorite characters is Dill. So how did he develop? Because sometimes sometimes I feel like I see his world too clearly, so I'm not sure really what that says about me. And tell me a little bit more about Benny also.
Dill was, I figured there had to be one kid who's like the smallest kid, who's like kind of runty and he's a little sad. His pants are too big. His haircut's bad. He gets gum in his hair. He's got all these. He's the youngest of so many brothers, and I figured them out fairly quickly. I live in a not quite suburban, urban suburban neighborhood, and we have neighbors some blocks over. I don't really know, but they had a trebuchet all of a sudden parked in their driveway. They got high school kids who built this thing. It's just so out of place in this neighborhood. It's like this medieval war machine. I thought, oh good, it's like somebody's creative in this neighborhood. It's like building this thing. But I thought it's like, and we've got my wife has a family farm, and we go there, and they're always building stuff and tearing stuff down, and they got all this land where they can do this stuff. And I thought, I've had neighbors like this before. They move, like a family from afar moves into a suburban neighborhood, and suddenly they're more limited in what they can do, but they still kind of fill the yard up with stuff, with projects.
Yeah.
It's like things going on. It's like cars getting jacked up. My brother was always working on cars. He's like a mechanical genius. He always has something going on. He's always tearing apart a Mustang, or had like car parts all over the place, which drove my mom crazy. But at the same time, you can enjoy that energy in the family. And I thought, this Dill's family is like this, and that he's got all this going on. That he's sort of like not really a part of. He's sort of like he gets the brunt of most of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's his family kind of, I'm sure, loves him. But he's got these older brothers, so I'll never show. But they're always building something or tearing something apart or whatever like that. And Dill is always like, gets the tail end of it. He's a little kid who's kind of always sticky and kind of always a little dirty and wears shorts in the wintertime, or goes barefoot more often than he should and stuff like that. His mom is probably had all these brothers, and he's the last one. He's her baby, but at the same time, she's got too much on her hands.
She's lost interest. She has other problems right now.
Really.
Yeah.
There's probably no family photos of him.
That's right.
They lost interest a long time ago.
Yeah, we have to go to his graduation. We didn't know.
Yeah, we forgot about
Who is he? And Benny, did he come from?
Benny's like a couple of kids put together. It's my brother for a part. My brother was very serious as a child, not so much now, not at all now. But he was very mechanically minded. And there was my brother's 7 years younger than I am, so I remember him as a young child pretty vividly. And that when we were in a grocery store when I was like 10, and he suddenly disappeared, and my mom was like, "Where'd he go?" Like frantic, running up and down the aisle. And he was these legs disappearing under the freezer unit.
Yeah.
And he was trying to figure out what was making this noise and why was this thing working and how to keep it cold. Like the fan belt going down there. It's like my mom was like, "Get out of there! Now, God!" He's still like that, now. He knows how everything works, and it's like it's something. It's a gene that I have no bit of. I can understand a doorknob barely. You turn it and the thing goes in and out, and you can open the door, and it's like magic to me. But
yeah, I'm
anything
still
beyond it,
working
it's
on
like,
that.
you plug something in and electricity comes through, and if it doesn't work, I just panic, So changing a light bulb is like, God, it's like, which way do you turn it?
Just make it
Make
brighter.
brightness come, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't understand that.
I'm an idiot boy with that. So.
Then Ernesto, he kind of scares me a little bit.
He's a little creepy.
Was he a classmate or peer of yours while you were growing up? Or was it you?
There again, he's like several kids morphed into one. He's like one of those kids who's sort of like, he's going to be a Bond villain when he's older.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to be grown up for all the wrong reasons. It's like he wants power to subdue the earth or something like that. And he has no clue as to how to run his own life. But he's got he dresses like an adult, or he's got like he's an awkward child. You feel sorry for him as an adult, but as a child you're kind of leery of him just because. And Petey's not quite sure if he's imaginary or not. I'm not sure if I ever really want to resolve this, although I sort of have a couple of times. But I want Petey to think he's like, he's sort of this other child. And I keep having him come in at like the wrong moment with like this, what was it, the future adults of America. It's like, well, of course you can be taking power in 30 years because you're going to be an adult. I hope you can get your grip on something if like you have a driver's license if nothing else. But,
well, now what about Petey's love interest, Viola D'Amour?
I think Petey and her kind of get along okay, but she's like the girl who's more mature and smart and is also awkward in her own way, in that she's bigger, she's taller than anybody else in her class, and kind of like, I don't know, she sees Petey and she kind of likes him, but she kind of thinks he's kind of a geek, and he kind of is, but so is she. But I kind of like her, and I like the energy between the two. It's like it's not so much love-hate as like these two little worlds that don't really collide too well. It's like he doesn't know how to take her, and she doesn't know how to take him.
Yeah.
I had girls I liked when I was that age the first girl I sort of had a crush on was maybe in 4th grade, because she liked to draw monsters, and so did I. So we'd sit there and draw monsters, but outside of that was like it's like throw a snowball at her or something like that. It's like, and she would throw one at me. So.
She looks like she's fun to draw.
Yeah, and that too. It's like,
that's the other part.
Mm-hmm.
Great hair to draw. Well, what about Marcus?
Marcus DeMarco. He's probably, figure his mother is, maybe she's a single mother, maybe not. I haven't decided that yet. But I mean, you figure out these characters slowly. Sometimes you don't want to figure them out all at once. You're sort of introduced to them, and you let them, take their turn on the page, and like they sort of dictate to you to what they're going to say. But Marcus's mom is kind of overbearing, and like he's an only child, and like she's overprotective, and like she's scrapbooking every single thing he does, and like she's not so much controlling as like she's trying to figure out what's best for Marcus, and it's like maybe best for Marcus is to back off a little and just give him some breathing room, but probably Marcus will turn out like college president or something like that.